After more than 25 years and billions in sales, Jeff Bezos is leaving his post as CEO this summer, handing the reins of the massive disruptor he built to Andy Jassy, the current head of Amazon Web Services. In an internal email, Bezos, who will become executive chair, said, "I intend to focus my energies and attention on new products and early initiatives. I'm excited about this transition." Early in his career, Bezos left his job in finance, founding Amazon in 1994. He spoke with NBC News about that career move in 1999.
But I might really have regretted not having participated in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a really big deal.
And it was. What began as an online bookseller grew fast.
Work hard, have fun, make history is our motto.
Ultimately becoming a mega online retailer with more than 1 million workers.
He's almost singularly responsible for every major thing that they've done over the past 25 years.
The company is often criticized for undercutting small businesses by aggressively lowering prices. Bezos is now one of the richest people in the world. His recent divorce from Mackenzie Scott was one of the most expensive ever, after his affair with Lauren Sanchez was splashed across the tabloids. Bezos says he isn't retiring, but after decades of overseeing every major project, he'll be taking a major step back. Bezos will also stay involved with the Washington Post, which he owns, and Blue Origin, his private space company. Amazon, meanwhile, facing antitrust investigations that will likely fall to the new CEO.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.